So hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm currently at Master 4 rank. I've I was supposed to be Grandmaster, but then I fell asleep, so I haven't had a time to play ranked matches. And after I make this video, I'm going to sleep, so maybe it will take me a day or two since it's exam week and I have a lot of stuff to do. So for this video, I'm going to show you what build I'm using when I use HANABI. And that build that I'm going to show you is the build that I used when I got a Savage using HANABI. So enough of that, let's move on. So for HANABI, oh, it's not here. For HANABI, I don't really follow the custom build that ML picked right here. I have my own, like I made that build on my own. So for the first item, I always buy the demon shoes. And also, before you can build the demon shoes, you have to buy the 2 item mana regen, the blue one, and then the basic boot. So first I buy the 2 item mana regen, since when I am using Hanabi, I don't use her basic attacks that much. I use my first skill. I really use my first skill so that I could easily kill the enemy minions. And also when every wave of the enemy minions, there are 3. If I kill one of them and I still keep on using my first skill, the third hit from my first skill will bounce back to the enemy hero near the troop. So in that way, I kind of dealing damage to the troops, but I'm also dealing damage to the enemy without the enemy dealing damage to me. That's why I keep on using my first skill instead of basic attack. So that's it for the first item. The next item I buy is the Scarlet Phantom, because I really like the Scarlet Phantom even when I was using Layla, because it increases your attack speed and also increases your critical chances. So in that sense, you can keep on using your first skill, and even though you're using your first skill, you can, in that 25% critical chance, you can hit a critical hit. And also, I think if I use my first skill, my the critical hit will bounce to the second, to the third, and to the fourth, and to the fifth enemy. I think it bounces, the critical hit bounces, but the damage decreases, but still, it's a critical hit. So that's very important in the game. So as you can see here, Mobile Legends has this custom picked item in the DPS burst, the Demon Hunter Sword. And that's very important though. But in my build, I don't buy that, you since if you can see here, its unique passive, which is Devour, is basic attacks will deal 9% of the target's current HP as additional physical damage. Basic attacks, and as what I have said is that I don't use Hanabi's basic attack. So that will be useful in if you are using Layla, but I'm using Hanabi and I'm using her first skill even in early game. So for me, in my opinion, that's not very helpful in my build. So instead of that, I will buy the Berserker's Fury, because once I buy the Berserker's Fury, I will now have 50% critical chance, and also the critical hit from that 50% critical chance will have this unique 40% critical damage. Okay, so there I don't know if you can hear that, but the roosters are crowing now. So let's make this fast. It's still 3 a.m. so that's understandable. I should have made the video earlier, but I was asleep. I was really tired. So for the next one, it depends on the enemy team, but for me, I buy the has clause. But if I think that the enemy isn't that experienced in the game, like I could kill them easily, I buy the Blade of Despair first instead of the has clause. But most of the time, I buy the has clause. And also, after I build these three items, the Demon Shoes, Scarlet Phantom, and the Berserker's Fury, I farm. I buy the Hunter's Knife and then I start farming. Also, I farm in the jungle, in the part of the jungle that has two jungle monsters, the big one and the small one. I forgot what they are called, but I I always go there when I farm because I farm in the jungle because as what I've said earlier, I keep on using Hanabi's first skill, and when I go at that place in the jungle, I kind of like utilize her first skill in the sense that her first skill ricochets on the opponents, on the enemy. So in that sense, I am utilizing her first skill, and also in that sense, I'm not wasting time because when when my attack ricochets, it deals damage. So that kind of give me a faster kill. So for the fifth item, I buy the Blade of Despair. So I buy the Blade of Despair because it's the item in the attack items that give the most physical attack. So for the last item, it really depends on you. But for me, I buy defense item as the last item, and that item is dominance ice. But that also depends if I notice that in the game the mage is kind of OP, I buy the Athena shield instead. But if the mage is manageable, the mage is not that experienced, and the fighter comes in, the fighter targets you most of the time, I suggest you buy the dominance ice instead. So this build is kind of like Lila's build, which I also got a savage. So that's it for my build when I'm using Hanabi. It's up to you though if you're gonna follow this build, but for me, I'm using this build even when in my other account, the Epic one, I still use this build because in that sense I kind of utilize Hanabi and also it fits my current gameplay. Actually, your build will also depend on your gameplay, so you should kind of experiment on it. But if you want to follow this build, and let's see if you get a savage though. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That will help me a lot. And also, if you want to be updated on the videos that that I'm going to upload in the next set of days, just click subscribe. So thank you guys for watching. See you on the next video. Bye bye.